Hey guys, so I just finished my first week working for Amazon Logistics here in Vancouver, Canada. This is my first job here in Canada. And today I'm just going to talk about my experience, how I got the job and what's it like working for Amazon Logistics. As an international student with a student visa, I'm only allowed to work a maximum of 20 hours. And if you can only work up to 20 hours, there's not a lot of options for you. Most of the jobs that you can have are in supermarkets and fast foods, restaurants, and in warehouses or janitorial cleaning services. And to be honest, I don't really mind. I don't think those things, I don't think I'm above being a janitor. When I started looking for work, the fast foods didn't call me. The only companies that called me are cleaning services and warehouses. So my first job offer was as a janitor in a building nearby, but they only offered 15 hours a week, which is not enough. Since I'm allowed to work 20 hours a week, I wanted to maximize that. And then I had another offer from Maersk, which some of you might know. It's an international shipping company, one of the biggest. My problem with Maersk was they only offered 14 hours a week, and the job is heavy. I mean, they required people to be able to lift up to 80 pounds. I mean, I know I can lift 80 pounds, but I don't know if I can lift 80 pounds over and over again for 7 or 8 hours straight. That might be too much, but um, I said yes anyway and accepted the job offer. But I asked them to delay um, my first day, so just so I can apply. I didn't tell them that I'd be applying for another job. Just but the reason why I asked them to delay my first day was so that I can look for another job. And then I saw the advertisement of Amazon. What really caught my attention from their advertisement on Indeed was that they're offering a $1,000 signing bonus. So I was very excited, and I applied, and they called me, and so I went to their warehouse at New West and had my interview there. It was a very short interview. The only things that they asked were my eligibility to work here in Canada and if I'm able to lift up to 80 pounds, my preferred schedule, if I want to work full time or part time, and which warehouse do I want to work at. So I chose Burnaby because this is where I live, and the warehouse is not too, maybe like 2 kilometers, no, 7 kilometers. So I still have to take two buses. Yeah, but there was a caveat in their signing bonus that you have to start on or before the 10th of October for you to get that $1,000 signing bonus. But they finished the background check on the 30th of September, so I was expecting that I'd start before the 10th of October and get that signing bonus. But then on the 9th or 8th of October, they called me and told me that my start date would be on the 12th. And that really pissed me off because I thought it was a scam, because the main reason that I applied for that job is because of the signing bonus. That really got my attention, and then they're going to schedule me after the 10th. So I felt like it was a scam just to get a lot of people to apply. And so before my first day, they asked me to complete some online training. There was a 4-hour orientation about the basic stuff like benefits and what to do at the warehouse, the things that they do there. And then finally, on my first day, it was the 12th, and it was a holiday. And So because it was a holiday, the public transportation was very limited. The first bus was not scheduled for that day, so that means I couldn't take the bus going to work because my shift starts at 6:30 in the morning up to 12, and I have a half hour break that's unpaid. So I have 5 hours a day, 4 days a week, so that's 20 hours a week, which is great. I'm able to maximize the 20 hours a week that I'm allowed to work here. So the first day, the first half of that day was really just online trainings. It was weird because they didn't have computers for us to have our to do our training. They just asked us to connect our mobile phones to the Wi-Fi at the office, or at the warehouse, and then do the watch the online training using our own mobile phones, which I think is ingenious because they don't have to buy lots of computers for training, right? So they saved a lot of money doing that. And then after that, there was this girl who trained us to do routes. Routes is it's the most difficult job at Amazon warehouse. It's pulling bags from the shelves and then putting them in on carts, and then you stack them up 3 levels. So it's quite difficult because some of those bags would be up to 50 pounds heavy. So you're going to have to stack them up. And on the third level, it's difficult because the third level is like above my shoulders. So you're going to have to hoist the boxes up. And most of the workers at Amazon are women, and some of them clearly cannot they do not have the physical capability to be able to lift those boxes up that high. So I had to help some of them. On my second day, I did a couple of routes, and then I got pulled to the conveyor belt. The conveyor belt is the most fun thing to do that I've done so far at the warehouse. It's really just standing in front of the conveyor belt, and you're assigned to one aisle. That was Tuesday. I was assigned to aisle Y. So you just look at the boxes, everything that passes, and everything that has a sticker that starts with Y. I'll have to pull that to my aisle so that the other guys behind me can process it. And the one in the video, that's when we were not so busy, but there'd be times when there'd be a lot of boxes, and I have to rush to get all the Ys from the stacks of boxes there. So I thought that was fun because it felt like playing Tetris. That's so far what I enjoyed the most doing at Amazon. But after that first day, because of standing for so long, my feet hurt so much. I didn't think I could do that all over again the next day. So that night, I bought insoles for my feet, gel insoles, and fortunately, the next day, I was I was assigned to do scanning, temperature scanning. So there we have the thermal scanner in front of the gate that scans everyone who comes in, and I'd see their temperature at the on the computer screen. So I just watch out for all the people who have 37 degrees Celsius and above temperature. But luckily, no one had a fever that day, so it wasn't very scary. And I got to rest my legs. Thank God. I mean, that was such a blessing to be able to rest that day because my feet were so sore. So that was the third day when I got assigned to do thermal scanning, and that prepared me for my fourth day. That was yesterday, because yesterday I was the toughest day of the week. I had to do routes for most of the day. I think I did 6 or 8 routes, and one route could have multiple carts. Usually there'd be two, but sometimes there'd be three. I even had four carts in one route, so it was crazy. But I don't have my login yet, so I was really just helping one girl who was assigned for me to help. But still, although there were two of us, it was still very difficult. It felt like 4 hours in the gym, so I did routes for 4 hours and then another hour for resetting, which is really just opening the bags where people are gonna put the boxes in. One thing that I'm happy about is that I made new friends. I met these two cool guys. One is a student at SFU. He's from Bangladesh. Most of the workers at Amazon are international students. I'd say maybe about 80%, and about 65% of them are women. And then another guy from Ethiopia. They're both very young, but so far they're the only friendly ones that I've met. Most of the people won't even ask for your name, even though I've been helping them for like hours, and never even a thank you, really. But overall, I'm very happy about this because it gives me a different perspective. This is my first time to have a manual labor job. I've always worked in a corporate setting, and I've actually always wanted to do something like this, something that's completely different. And I think if I become successful, it would make my story even more beautiful because I really did start from scratch. Well, coming here, I knew I was going to have to start from scratch, but um, I I didn't really know what to expect, where I'd start working. I was open to anything, even being a janitor. I don't see myself as above being a janitor. I'm very open to that. As long as it's a good job, you're not doing anything illegal, and it pays well. I mean, all the jobs here pay well, for me at least, because coming from the Philippines, if you convert that to pesos, they're paying about 600 per hour for me to work at the warehouse. It's much better than the pay in Winnipeg, although it's more expensive here in Vancouver. That's why they get paid more. But yeah, it's a blessing to finally start working again and see other people. I just hope to make more friends and meet more people. Good morning, guys. It is quarter to 6 a.m. and it's still very dark outside, but I'm already on my way to work. I'm gonna take the bus since I don't have a car. Oh, and yesterday, my feet hurt so much after the 5-hour shift. So, I don't know if it's because I'm not used to being on my feet for that long, or if it's because of these steel-toed boots that they gave me. Yesterday I went to the drugstore to buy insoles, gel insoles, so I hope that works. There are apps here for checking the schedule of the bus, so I know exactly what time the bus will arrive, and usually the people who are waiting at this bus stop are the same people. There's gonna be Wahid, who's part of my team at Amazon, and another guy who also works for Amazon, but I don't know him. He's from another team. But usually we say hi to each other in the morning.